A counter sport now, and the Premier League party that's now in full swing in Burnley.
Yeah, fans have gathered in their thousands to celebrate their team's promotion from the Championship.
Chris Hall can join us live from Burnley Town Hall. Chris, how is the party going?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's very noisy. Burnley are back in the Premier League, and you can see what it means to the whole town. It's a party they've been to many times before, but it never gets old. I can tell you they've been promoted 5 times in the last 16 years. This is the first one under the man behind me, Scott Parker, the manager of Burnley Football Club, who very nearly led Burnley to the Championship title. In the end, only goal difference separated them from Leeds United, who won it with an injury time goal at the weekend, but that did nothing to dampen the spirits at Turf Moor, where they had a very special guest to really start this party. Natasha Bedingfield turned up to sing with the Burnley players her song Unwritten, which has been the anthem which has inspired the Burnley players all season long.
Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot quite reach it. There's something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibition, feel the ring on your skin.
No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips.
Put yourself in words and spoken, live a life without wide open. The rest is still
Natasha Bedingfield is a claret. Who knew? Well, very soon Scott Parker will be joined on that balcony by his players, who will be greeted by a sea of claret and blue. They've been inside the town hall for a civic reception, and it's there where we can cross live now to David Chisnall, who's with a very special guest.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Welcome to the inner sanctum here of Burnley's promotion party. I'm delighted to say that I'm joined now by the club's chairman, Alan Pace. Alan, first of all, I mean, we can see the celebrations outside there with Chris, Scott Parker on the balcony. What does this mean to the club, to the town that you've now been a part of since taking over at Burnley since 2020?
You know, it means so much. I mean, we have a small stadium, 23,000. We have a town of 90,000 plus. You know, this means so much to have the opportunity to come together and celebrate all together in one place. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal. You know, we believe that, you know, we've earned the opportunity to be back in the Premier League, and so we're going to get to celebrate with everybody in town for that.
Some of this achievement as well, 100 points this season. You went on a 33-game unbeaten run in the league. You only conceded 16 goals. I mean, just a word for Scott Parker, because he did come in as manager, taking over from Vincent Kompany. The job he's done, this team have done.
Oh, it's incredible. It's incredible. What has happened in the last year defies probably expectations, and certainly does not defy my expectations, but certainly is in line with what we knew was possible. To see it, though, unfold in the way that it unfolded, to be playing still in contention all the way to the last day, to the last 5 minutes of a game, that is exceptional. So, you know, he's done such an amazing job. I can't say enough about how Scott has brought to this club such an emotion that has tied everyone together in a way that I don't think really we can describe well enough.
I think the big question from the weekend, though, is how on earth did you get Natasha Bedingfield to come up to Burnley to sing that song, your anthem?
Well, so I'd been watching and hearing the players, and we'd been talking about it as to, like, wouldn't it be nice? And you just make a few calls and things happen. So our team did a fantastic job of getting her over and making sure that this was a nice little surprise and hopefully celebration for the players. We didn't know what was going to happen on the day. It could end, you know, not in the greatest place, but they'd been having so much fun with this particular song and with this particular anthem, and it felt right.
I don't want to be a party pooper, but last time you went up, you came down. The season after, briefly, how are you going to make sure that doesn't happen?
Look, I don't know that I can make sure it doesn't happen, but I think that what we learned was that there was more work that we need to do, and that's gone into the planning side as we speak. We've been planning for this all season. You know, whether that's, you know, arrogance or not, from the beginning of the season, we knew some of the things that need to happen. You know, the way this team has been built from a defensive perspective to actually apply some of these principles to where we go, super important.
Alan, thanks so much for joining us this evening. There we go, the promotion party is on tonight. There we go. Think about the Premier League later on, but I'm going to hand back out to Chris now, where the party is in full swing.
It certainly is, and I'll tell you something, these fans can look forward to some very special away days next year at the likes of the Etihad Stadium, Old Trafford, Everton's new ground, and of course Anfield, the home of the Premier League champions. But one of their Premier League superstars Burnley won't get to test themselves against next season is of course Trent Alexander-Arnold. But will he be leaving Liverpool a little bit earlier than planned? He announced only yesterday that after 20 years at the club he would be leaving, and it's believed Real Madrid are willing to offer up to £1 million to get hold of him in time for the Club World Cup, which begins next month, 2 weeks before his contract with Liverpool runs out. Well, the Burnley players and staff will get to enjoy this adulation for about another 30 minutes or so before boarding an open-top bus which will be paraded around the town, ending up at Turf Moor, a stadium which, very much like these fans, is once again bracing itself for the big time.
Oh, thanks, Chris, and what a night for Burnley.